What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the interweb? So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. As you know, we've started the project of completely, documenting the entire Jack and Daxter series. So I decided if I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to be getting a whole lot of gameplay for it as I go along. So I've decided we're going to turn this into a Let's Play series while we go through and get the gameplay. I'm using a different microphone that I normally do use, by the way. I usually use a Blue Yeti, but this time I'm just using a high quality gaming headset.
As a sage of considerable years, I have known only one such great ordeal.
We're gonna watch the cutscenes. I don't know how PlayStation is going to extract the audio, so I don't know if I'm louder than the game or if the game's louder than me.
I think I figured out most of this machine. It interacts somehow with that large precursor ring. I just hope we didn't break anything moving it here to the lab.
Easy for you to say. We did all the heavy lifting.
Daxter, don't touch anything! Though the precursors vanished long ago, the artifacts they left behind can still do great harm.
Or great good, if you figure out how to use them.
I've had some experience with such things. I know you can.
Like I've said before, I don't exactly know how to commentate a Let's Play, so to say. But skip the cutscene and straight to the gameplay, because the gameplay is what is importante. I don't know if you guys are exactly interested in a Let's Play, so to say, so we're gonna just see how it goes.
Please tell me you remember how to roll.
If it ends up being something you guys want to watch, then yeah, but I'm feeling like just the game biographies and that kind of thing is kind of what I do best. Let's Plays kind of just feel awkward, so to say, to make. But I need to get the gameplay for it anyways, so I might as well, if you get what I'm saying. And plus, by uploading it, I'm gonna have it documented for like forever. When I lose my gameplays, I'm not going to have to go back and re-record them, so that much is good as well. This is just one of those weird games, not like weird as in like the stories and stuff's weird, but it's weird because it never gets old. You can play it for like 12 years, like back to back, just this game, and nobody will ever get upset of it. I try to do this as fast as I can, but sometimes I just get distracted. I did it too late. I don't know why I even pressed it. I didn't even need to do that. It was just a waste of my time. Always wondered what it looked like down there below this area, but I guess we'll probably never figure that out. And that much is DJ Killer Suck Suck.
Breaking stuff's fun, right?
Have I already finished this section? Oh, no, that's right. It's been a while since I played the Jack games. The last time I played them were like actually forever ago. I think the last time I played it, I streamed it. I'm not too worried about getting all the not Easter eggs, but all the precursor orbs yet, because thanks to Donkey Planet and Luminar Light, we have the debug code, so I can just give them all to myself. So I'll just do that at the end of the game, if I decide to documentate those as well. Now at this part of the game, because I might add this into the documentary, I'm not sure, but at this part of the game, you meet the metalhead leader, but you don't know he's the metalhead leader yet. And you also meet yourself. Again, he doesn't know that yet.
Angry young friend, you are a guest of His Majesty Baron Praxis, the ruler of glorious Haven City.
I was just a guest in the good Baron's prison.
Inside a cell or inside the city, walls surround us both. We are all his prisoners. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'd move on if I were you.
By order of His Eminence, the Grand Protector of Haven City, Baron Praxis, everyone in this section is hereby under arrest for suspicion of harboring underground fugitives.
Isn't it crazy how a game so old had textures and models that were just so like perfect? It's like this game, it's even though it's still in its same original graphics, it just looks like it's such a brand new style game. Like, it really does look like this game could have came out a couple years ago. Especially with the quality that indie games are today. Like, this could have easily passed as a game that just came out this generation. And I feel like this game will always be that, because where they decided to go with the anime style, it's the style that doesn't really get old. They can do this from now on, and the game will always hold up.
Something he did. I can't control it.
Very impressive.
You okay, Jack?
What you just did was very brave. This child is important.
This kid? He looks kind of scruffy.
It's also crazy looking back at these animation techniques that they used back then, because they used such like generic style animations that today they would be frowned upon, but back then these were like state of the art. Like just the way Jack's standing and the way his eyes blink, like it's cool. It really is, seeing how far gaming has changed from the early 2000s up until now, when we're literally just months from 2020. It's time to go see Torn. It's time to go see Torn. I never really understood it, but when this channel first began, I don't know when that really first began, but when I first started doing Jack content, a lot of people would tell me I sounded like Torn. And I always thought that was weird, because I was like, I don't sound like him. It's just weird. I don't know. I recorded myself trying to do the accents and stuff like he does, but it was just weird. I just couldn't get myself to do it on command. It's like I can only do it when my throat gets dry and I'm not trying to do it and it just happens accidentally. That's kind of like what happens whenever I end up sounding like Torn. The level design of this game, it's magnificent. It's literally the same thing over and over and over. Nothing changes. It's the exact same models, it's the exact same prefabs, but the way they present it, it's just like you would believe everything was made individually. There's little Miss Bay.
Are you Torn?
Maybe this guy's a new, like you used to be.
New faces make me nervous.
How?
Word
Why?
is you're out to join the fight for the city.
This would be correct.
Taking the wrong side could be
I don't know why I'm commentating and answering his questions. I don't even know if you can hear it, and that might just be
not
weird.
likely. If you want to join something, why don't you and your pet go join the circus?
Technically, they did end up joining the circus because PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale. That was basically the closest thing PlayStation ever got to a circus.
Maybe we'll talk.
Bam. Time to do, quite possibly, my favorite mission in the entire game. You know what I might even do, just as documentary style for this? I might, not right now, but at the beginning of the year, when, things start cooling down, because at the beginning of the year, I don't really have anything to do. I'm just going to be preparing for Japan and preparing myself for that, and I'm going to have 4 classes. 3 online, and 1 of them is going to be physical, but it's a 3-hour class, and everything's going to be done in class, nothing at home. So I might learn to speedrun Jack 2 finally then, just as part of a documentary, just so I can have my own gameplay for it. I might learn to do that, and I might learn to speedrun the other Jacks, everything from like any percent debug, which is extremely easy, to like 100% all missions. I might end up doing that. It does sound like something that would be fun and very, very enjoyable. It just seems like something that would take a lot of time and effort on my behalf. And I've tried to learn Jack before to speedrun it, which was towards the beginning of my YouTubing. I tried to learn 100% all missions Jack 2, which it seems that Jack 2 is the most popular speedrunning game for Jack, in the series of Jack I mean. So I might attempt that. I've always thought it would be cool to get good enough at a speedrun to end up submitting yourself to like something like AGDQ or SGDQ or GDQX, which is brand new. It starts this weekend. I don't have the times for it. I just know it starts very, very soon. I love watching those. Like when I'm older, I'm getting 3 different degrees if you guys didn't know that. I'm getting a game design degree right now. But once I'm done with that, I'm moving on to criminal justice, and then something else which I won't tell you what, but you can guess. I want to see if anyone guesses it. I'll tell you next video though if nobody gets it. So I'm gonna have a whole lot of free time, but once I'm like a legit adult and I'm making like legitimate money, I will probably end up going to like every single speedrunning competition. They're just so fun to watch, and I don't understand why they're not considered like a legit esport, because it really is as close to an esport as you can get. Like, to be a top dog in Fortnite, it takes 1 day to 8 days to become a top dog in Fortnite. Being able to get all the kills and all the bills, it takes like no time at all. And Call of Duty is even faster. Overwatch is like an hour to get good. Paladins is like 2 games to get good. But speedrunning, it takes months upon months upon months upon even bigger months.
Yeah, I guess you guys are in.
But yeah, it's just like, I would love to learn how to speedrun them. Even if it was just for bragging rights. Like, hey guys, I am the biggest Jack YouTuber. Now I'm the fastest Jack speedrunner. That's not gonna happen, of course, because the people who speedrun Jack, they're just, oh my god. They're just way too good. And these games are too long, in my opinion, to attempt to do it, like, all out. If I was to ever try to get good at speedrunning something, it would be something that's like older, that can be done in like 10 to 20 minutes. Like something like Ninja Gaiden, which I have speedran before. I did it back like this time last year. I don't know if any of you remember it, but it was pitiful. I got to like 16 minutes and then I gave up. You know what's weird about doing Let's Play type stuff? It always feels weird when you first start it, but as you start going through it, it's just like a relaxation period. It's like zen. It's like super califristic type zen. But as we look at it like this too, it's kind of like a bonding experience. Because in my opinion, Let's Plays are best when they are uncut, unless there's like some crazy long loading screen that you can't fill the void with your words. I think this next mission is the tank mission, which if it is, then it's a story time. It's the hardest mission for me to do in Jak and Daxter. Not because it's hard, but because of something else. And if this is that mission, or this might be the pump mission, I'm not sure. It's the pump mission. It's the pump mission. But when we get to the tank mission, I will tell you why that part is so hard for me once I get to it.
The Baron turned off all water to the slums. He's willing to sacrifice
I guess,
lives.
okay, so he just said the Baron turned off all water to the slums. I guess Baron Praxis, after he left Jak and Daxter, he went on to become the governor of Michigan. Because, as you know, Michigan doesn't have any water right now. It's all tainted. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, when my throat gets dry and I get that grouchy sound, I really do sound like Torn. Okay, so the way that dripped, we just recently learned how to make stuff in the PlayStation 2 style, right? And we learned how to make drips and all that, and it's actually kinda crazy.
If not, maybe we'll have a touching moment of silence in your honor.
I'd like to give him a touching moment.
Don't say that, Daxter, that's rude. But yeah, I just recently learned how to do that in Unity. I don't like Unity. I really don't. I hate everything about it. I prefer engines like Unreal, and if I'm doing a 2D thing, I really do prefer RPG Maker. RPG Maker gets a lot of flack, but I really like RPG Maker. It's so simple for a 2D thing, and it codes for you, which makes it even better, because if you're in the design side, you don't really know how to do any form of programming, at least for the most part. That's something else I need to practice a lot more with, is Unity and particle effects and all that stuff, because like, although I do just want to try to do the 3D art side, that's still, I might have to end up doing like the particles at some point in my life, so I really do need to get better at doing that. And who knows, maybe practicing with that will lead to an even further extension of the Jak and Daxter documentary, as in completely rebuilding the game in Unreal. Because now that I'm kind of thinking about it, if you could reverse engineer the Jak and Daxter games and get every audio file, every piece of programming, and everything and just reattach it, you could theoretically completely remake the Jak and Daxter experience. And that is something that I would be very interested in. So maybe that might be something I might attempt. Not until this documentary series is over, of course, because that would just be way too much to try to like get through all in one go. I prefer one big project at a time. I kind of overwhelmed myself a couple years ago when I tried to make Jak 4 on my own when I was like brand new to game design. Because I just switched over to game design as a major at that time. But I don't really talk about this, but before I was decided to switch to game design, I was actually going to be a doctor. That was gonna be me. But then I ultimately figured out, this is a lot of work and a lot of math. I don't want anything to do with being a doctor. So that's how I got led to game design. Because game design is like no math at all, but it still took forever to pass math. Like it's weird because like this is the first time I've ever done good in math, and this is getting like really personal and really weird, but yeah, this is the first time I've ever been able to pass math, like with a great grade. I usually drop classes if it doesn't have a crazy good grade, but I still have a 94 in that class right now. It's crazy. But it kind of sucks because the class isn't a class through the school I go to. It's a class through one of the local other universities. So it's really kind of weird because it's like the credit still counts for the school I go to, but it's being taught and stuff by a teacher who does not work for where I go, and it's listed as a class for the other people. It's so wild. This is actually going really quick. I low-key feel like I could play through this entire game in like one sitting, like low-key. I've done it a couple times before. Like I remember I live streamed it one time. I started at like, I think it was probably like 1 in the afternoon, and we finished it at like 5 AM. Not because like the game's like long or hard, but because I got distracted a lot. Like a lot. I remember at this mission when I was a little kid, I used to feel fat because I couldn't fit in a pole like that, and I thought you were supposed to be able to do that. Because in my mind, Daxter was a child. I don't know why I thought that. I was actually really late to the PlayStation 2 era of games. Like, I had one, but it wasn't like something I really played a lot. I was more of like a GameCube kid. An original Xbox, which I'm sure you were aware of because, you know, I talk about Nintendo all the time and Xbox stuff all the time. Like I like PlayStation, but PlayStation to me, it's something I play when I have nothing else to do or there's like some crazy good example of a game that comes out. Like Spider-Man, for example. It's absolutely phenomenal. But there's not really a lot of PlayStation games that really capture my eye. Like, if I had the time, I could sink thousands of hours into Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. But I don't have that kind of time. And the only game I've ever played on PlayStation that seems like something I could sink like literally hundreds of thousands of hours into is Spider-Man. And I need to get this thing off right now because I don't enjoy. Okay, there you go, chat. I don't like where that was taking so long to get rid of. But anyways, Spider-Man is the first PlayStation game in a really long time that I like 100% like fell head over heels with. The last PlayStation game to do that was Uncharted 4. Which might sound weird because I've never 100%ed or even platinumed Uncharted 4. That's not really my style of game. But I mean, it is my style of game, but getting platinums, that's not really my thing. So I ended up beating that game like 8 different times. I think I've played through it on the channel 6 of those times. I beat it once. No, the whole first time I beat it, I actually did it on the channel. The video has been unlisted now, so if you have a link to it, you can still watch it, but if not, then sorry. But anyways, that was like when the game first came out. I completely live streamed it. I had like 12 subscribers. Actually, no, that's a lie. I didn't have 12. It was May of 2016, so I would have had like, I don't know, 300 subscribers, I think, at that time. I don't know, subscribers have never really been like too big of an importance for me. I've always cared more about views. Subscribers is nice, but views are better.
The slum's water is back on. I'd love
People
to see
don't
the
pay to
head
subscribe,
roll
and people don't pay to watch videos, but you get ads for watching videos. Therefore, any YouTuber that would be like, I prefer subscribers over views, they're kind of like stupid. Because like, I know people who are extremely small YouTubers that make better than like people who are huge. Like, for example, all the Spyro YouTubers, they're getting like 30,000, 20,000, 40,000 views a video. But people like, I don't know, who's a good example? Like, They Will Kill You, I think that's their name. They get like 10,000 views videos like a week. It's really not that great.
That's fine. I want the Baron to know that it's me.
I think I've used this scene for a clickbait thumbnail for Jak 4. Being completely honest. Okay, this is it. This is the mission that I wanted to show you all and tell you all about. Okay, let me get on this speeder bike. I'm pretty sure this is the tank. If this is the tank, I will tell you why it's a hard mission. Ooh, don't hit anything. You know what's crazy? This game had like a huge amount of cyberpunk elements to it that we didn't even realize back then. And Naughty Dog a couple years ago actually had a game that they were going to make called Shadowlight, I think it was called Shadowlight, no, Shadowplay or something like that. And it was a cyberpunk Jak and Daxter style game. And it would have been crazy. But ultimately they decided to do The Last of Us Part 2. A game nobody asked for. Nobody asked for it. But anyways, this mission here is hard for me. Because okay, this is gonna get like 12,000 layers of personal right now. But I grew up without a dad. But one of the last things I ever did with my dad was play Jak 2. And it was this mission. It was this mission. He guided me through this mission. He did this mission for me. It was one of the few games that I ever played, like, with him, ever. Because he was never around a lot. He has, like, a profession that is frowned upon. I don't want to talk about it because then it's going to make me look bad. But still, he's not really the best at picking what to do with jobs. If you get my lingo, hashtag Pablo Escobar, hashtag Narcos on Netflix, now streaming. But anyways, this mission, he did it for me. And it was like one of my last memories with him. Like, playing games-wise. My last memory with him happened in 2008. Right before Christmas. That was the last time that I ever saw my dad. It's crazy. Like, growing up, I might actually die at this part. Okay, I need my dad now. He needs to do this. But anyways, it was crazy because growing up, like, there would be, you know, like, elementary schools and middle schools and stuff. They did Christmas parties. And then later on, when I got into track and cross country, there would be banquets. And parents would come and they would celebrate what their kids did and stuff. But I never had that. And kids didn't ever understand. Like, people would get mad that their parents would come to, like, the track meets and the races and all that. But they didn't understand that not every kid was as lucky as them, you know? Some of us never got to really see our parents all that much. Like, most of high school, I didn't even see my parents. It was wild. And then, like, kids would be like, Dad, go away. Mom, go away. Like, you just don't understand it. But what I'm getting at with this is, if you are in a position like that, and you are, you know, annoyed of your parents showing up to your stuff, just take a moment and appreciate that. Because you never know when that could be taken from you, and just be like, wow, That was not cool. That was not cool. Yeah. Hashtag deep talk. Hashtag $2.99. Okay. $2.99. Pay $2.99 from the rest of the deep talk. Just kidding. But yeah, deep talk over. Back to the game. This part of the game always kind of made me feel weird, like whenever I go back to play it now, because you can see all like the subtle references that this was not what Naughty Dog wanted to do. It's weird. Like, maybe they did want to do it. I don't know. But at this mission, you can see, like, now that, like I said, now that I've gotten very far in a game design degree, and I know, like, lazy programming and, well, not really lazy programming because I suck at it, but I know a lot about lazy level design. And this mission, whoever was in charge of it was really not all that, you know, interested in being a level designer. I don't know who was in charge of it, but this level itself, it's unique, but it features way too much of a bang all at once. And they just wanted to make it, you know, look as cool and as, I guess, cool to their boss as possible. But when you're actually level designing, you don't want to do that. I mean, yes, you want to make your boss proud of what you're doing, but you don't really want to oversell it, so to say. Like, for example, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, horrible game, absolutely horrible game, not defending it in any way. But the levels were bland, but unique, which is what made them cool. And if they had been programmed by the people who programmed like American Wasteland or Proving Ground or Project 8 or any of the old school Tony Hawks, it would have been a much better game. And I just low-key choked on my tongue just then. One thing I always thought was weird, because this is the PlayStation 4 remake, or not remake, remaster, re-release, whatever you want to call it. Technically it is a remaster, because you can play it in a much higher resolution than other places. But I always never understood how, like, PlayStation dropped the ball so much. Like, they honestly had such a great thing they could have done here. Like, they really, really did. They could have made this game something great. I'm just trying to get some health here, okay? Please leave me alone. Move, Jack. Get out the way, Jack. Come on, shoot this one last thing. That's all I need you to do. Shoot it. Shoot it. Thank you. Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. Oh, I need help. Oh my god. I'm so upset. I never enjoyed this part of the game. Again, hard missions too are also a sign of lazy level design. Games should always be simplistic and easily enjoyed by everyone who plays. That's what makes modern indie games fun. Dude, this man just be shooting everything. Oh, now I'm gonna wait for him to come all the way around. Come on, shoot it. Oh, he did shoot it.
Missile systems at critical overload.
Come on, right here. Just gotta shoot it one time. Okay, time to run. Why do the textures have to fall out so often? It just makes no sense. Okay, this is hero time. This is the part when this part finally got over for me as a little kid. That I was like, oh my god, Jack's a superhero. He jumped out, fire came up behind him. Bam, bam, boom. It was always so crazy and cool, I guess. And Daxter basically died. Speaking of Daxter, did you know it's actually the most bought PSP game on Amazon? Like ever? Trophy earned. Kaboom. Oh. For those of you guys that didn't know, I never actually ended up playing through this game on the PlayStation 4 remake, or re-release, I mean. Because when this game first came out last year around this time, I was just finishing up like a 100% all mission speedrun of Jak 2 on PCSX2, and I got my time. It was like 8 hours or something. Actually, I take that back. I don't know how long it was, but it was not very good. But I was just done with Jak 2. So this game came out, and I didn't want to play it. And then Jak 3 came out. I don't think I ended up playing through it either. I may have. I don't remember. This is one of the scenes that they struggled to redo when they re-released this on PlayStation 4. This scene, instead of being like a remastered, higher text, higher resolution scene, it's actually the PlayStation 2 scene thrown over. If you look at Daxter, you can tell that. But the rest of it was smoothed out enough that it wasn't actually able to be told. Something else that a lot of people may not actually like notice with the Jack games is Daxter's character model. Daxter's character model is a new model in the cutscenes, but when you look at him from the actual gameplay itself, I'll show you right after this scene's over. But at that point, Daxter is like a completely different character model than he is right here, where Jack and everyone is the same character model. See? It's the character model from Jack and Daxter, the first one. And something else that this would be frowned upon too nowadays, but it wasn't back then. Stop moving, Jack. Stop moving, Jack. Stop moving, Jack. If I can figure out how to slow-mo on Premiere Pro, I'll show you it in detail. But see Daxter, right? There is no animation that moves him down. It's just straight down. The closest thing to the animation is the model itself moving, which you can get away with if you're like an indie developer. But this was a high-core, like high production isn't even a word, high production AAA Sony exclusive. It was one of the first Sony exclusives of all time that were like huge, like absolutely astronomical levels of huge. But they did that, and now if you presented something like that to Naughty Dog, they'd be like, what is this guy thinking? We can't hire him, he's an amateur. Well, all the senior Naughty Dog level designers are like, oh my god, thank god we aren't today's programmers and gamers trying to get into business. But like I said earlier, after I finish out my game design degree, I'm going for a criminal justice degree. So it's like, it's wild because I'm most likely only ever going to end up making indie games, which is good because that's like more yayo in my pocket. Poqueto. I actually don't know how to say pocket in Spanish. Poqueto is pocket in Japanese, but I don't know how to say it in Spanish, which is weird. You would think I would, because I've grown up around Spanish my entire life. I've spoken it most of my life, but I don't know how to say pocket. It's just random words that I don't know how to say. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my, please be a checkpoint somewhere along the line. Please, oh my god, I hate everybody and everything. I'm not happy about that. I am not happy about that. But anyways, it's just random words in Spanish that I don't know how to say. And there's some words in Spanish that I know how to say it one way, but I don't know how to say it the other way. Like, for example, turkey. I know how to say it in Mexican Spanish, but I don't know how to say it in other people's Spanish. In Mexican Spanish, it's guajolote, but I have no idea what it is in Spain Spanish or any other form of Spanish. It's a wild. Speaking of Spanish, something I just learned recently is I've been spelling so many words wrong my entire life. Apparently, in the Mexican dialect of Spanish, you're not supposed to use the Spain ways of spelling things, which I should have known because in English, you don't use the English ways of spelling anything. You use the American ways. So I should have known that. Like, what was I thinking? But anyways, words like Chicano, which is, I always thought was spelled C-H-I-C-A-N-O, it's actually spelled X-I-C-A-N-O. So when I found that out, I was like, what? It was like a mind blown. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I had no idea how to feel. It was like some ninja stuff. Time to meet DJ Killer Boogie 2988.
Watch my finesse and style.
I don't know how much this microphone picks up. I'm gonna pop my fingers. Can you hear them? Probably not. It's Boogie.
You crew? Well, we shook the heat And your shipment's in primo condition.
That's good,
You know what I always thought would be cool? Oh my god. I just realized something. That casting for a lead character for Jack, or for not for Jack, for Naughty Dog, might actually be for a Jack and Daxter cool. Because I was just gonna say, something would be cool would be a prequel Jack and Daxter that documents Sig's adventures throughout Jak 2 and before, and how we ended up in the wasteland. This is like, I'm mind blown.
Listen,
We might be getting a prequel.
anyone can
I
say that
need to
you,
get the
and
president
I
on the
have a little
phone.
juice in his burg. We're both players, right?
Do you
We're both
see
looking for a
the
piece of
mirror?
action, right?
This game uses a historical, almost, animation, or not animation, but level design technique for the mirroring of the scene, or for the mirror of the level in the mirror itself. I'll show you it right after this, and then I'll tell you how it would be done in today's time. Oh, I hate the gun courses so much. I really do. They're the worst part of the Jak and Daxter games. Actually, I take that back. The first Jak and Daxter is the worst part of the Jak and Daxter games. But the gun courses are a very close second. Okay, so here we go. This level here, it's not actually mirrored. I mean, it appears to be mirrored, but it's not exactly mirrored. It's actually this entire level here, but flipped, and you're seeing your character flipped as well. Metal Gear Solid did this as well. When you go into free camera, you don't really see it, but that's how it's done, because they did some kind of like void box. Games like Devil May Cry did this a lot too for the levels itself, but they did like a void box. So that box itself reflects the entire scene, but it's not an actual mirrored reflection, because it's just copying what's going on. It's hard to explain, but it was like a prehistoric way of doing it in the modern way, and Naughty Dog was kind of the pioneers of that. And it's kind of cool because most everything that's used in modern day gaming, Naughty Dog was kind of the founders of, especially pushing a console to its limits. Nobody believed in doing that until Naughty Dog showed up. Or not until Naughty Dog showed up, but until Naughty Dog did it with Jak and Daxter. Like, this is the only game on PlayStation 2 to make use of every single hardware component inside the PlayStation itself. Like, character models are rendered almost using the PlayStation 1 hardware inside, which is why it's so hard to emulate this game. Sometimes things look really weird, sometimes it looks crazy, sometimes it looks okay, but character models and stuff are all made using PlayStation 1 technology that was inside the PlayStation 2, and everything else, like the world itself and the effects, were done using PlayStation 2. Same with a lot of the cutscenes. It's really quite interesting when you think about it. I hate the gun course so much. So much of the gun course I hate. Just let me in to get this over with. I hate this section of the game so much. Okay, show me up the scenes. I just gotta get to the point. That's it. Once I get to 3,000, I am running, and I am never doing this again until the next time I play through this game. Ooh, ooh. Pop up. There we go. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably could have just used the debug menu to skip this. Hashtag I didn't think about it. Oh my god. I just don't want to fail this and have to do it multiple times. Oh my god, fat lady. I just want to get this over with. Oh my god. Speaking of getting this over with, I finally started back Ratchet and Clank on PlayStation 4. I realized something. Even as a 20-year-old adult, I still hate Ratchet and Clank. It's just something I can't get into. It's a good game. I just can't get into it. It's like I hold a grudge over it or something. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I need the ammo. But yeah, it's like I hold a grudge or something over it because it was given sequels. Where'd everybody go? But Jack wasn't. Because I used to do that with The Last of Us until I gave The Last of Us a shot. And then I loved The Last of Us. I didn't want a second one. Of course, it should have just been continued and ended on the PlayStation 3. Oh my god. On the PlayStation 3, it should have been paid DLC for everything that's going to be in The Last of Us Part 2. But I think Naughty Dog's realizing that because it low-key seems like that they are incredibly done with The Last of Us, and that once this game ends, or once the production and the launch happens of The Last of Us 2, that they'll be done. Okay, one more mission, and then this is over for today. And then we'll pick it up later, or for the next time I go to get footage, depending whether or not you are actually interested in seeing it as a Let's Play. Because I am perfectly fine just playing it and then using it in videos, but if you're interested, I am happy to oblige. There's a Powerade bottle behind me that I've been leaning on this entire time. I've been wondering why my back was hurting, and now I know why.
City walls, eh? Any artifact or weapon worth having comes through my hands.
Are you sure about that? Look at his fingers. Look at this man. He looks like a little pig, like Boo from Dragon Ball Z. That's what he looks like, except not as cool.
You two had better run that by me again, cause there's no way I'm going outside the city to face more metalheads.
Sig will show you the ropes.
So you want to be
Okay.
wasters, Hundo boys? Well, we'll see what you're made of when we get out in the thick. Crew wants some new trophies to put...
I'm okay with this mission, but I don't enjoy escort-style missions. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Please leave me alone. Now I'm gonna have to shoot the whole time. I am dead. I am so dead. Please, I need a vehicle. I need to escape or I'm gonna die. Adios, amigos. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Like, Let's Plays of old school games. Like PlayStation 2 in particular. I want to do them for GameCube as well, but GameCube's a little bit harder to do because GameCube games were never released anywhere else. When PlayStation says PlayStation exclusive, it's not ever really an exclusive because it's always on PC in some way. Because PlayStation now, like all the PlayStation 4 exclusives are available on PC. You can download them and play them with the mouse and keyboard on your PC. It's like PlayStation has no exclusives anymore, kind of like Xbox. But Nintendo, when it comes to this stuff, they never re-release these old games. Like PlayStation, if people ask for it, they release it. Xbox, if people ask it, they make it backwards compatible, so you can play them and get the easier footage on modern hardware. But for some reason, Nintendo won't do that. Like, I really want to play through Geist again, and I really want to play through the GameCube version of Splinter Cell Double Agent again. I recently, last year, picked up Splinter Cell Double Agent on the Xbox 360. I'm about halfway through, but it doesn't have the same, like, vibe as the GameCube version did. And I remember as a kid, when I got the GameCube version, I was upset because it didn't look like the Xbox 360 version, and all the missions were different, and nothing was the same. But as I've gotten older, I've started to realize maybe at that period in time, the last gen games were actually better than the next gen stuff, if you get what I'm saying. Because even if you look at the early PlayStation 4, Xbox One stuff, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 were still having better games come out. And now that we're gearing up towards the end of this generation, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch have the better games coming out. It's like night and day difference. And I'm only saying better because they're games that people actually want that's coming out. Like, people have been waiting for Crackdown 3 forever. People have been waiting for all these Nintendo games forever. We finally got a new Star Fox game a couple days ago, technically. It's called like Atlas or something. I'm going to get it, but I'm not going to get it until Black Friday. Once Black Friday rolls around, I'll probably pick it up for like I don't know, $50. Because it's not going to be an expensive thing. Because if all the leaks are true based off what has happened for Best Buy's leaks, then it's going to be a really crazy Black Friday.
Hurry up, kid. I don't have all day.
And especially if we go after like what's happened the last couple years with Black Friday, it's definitely about to be a very, very good Black Friday. I need to skip this. I don't care about the destruction. See that frame drop right there? That actually doesn't happen on PlayStation 2. That only happens on PlayStation 4. Oh my god, I almost died. You rude macacos or macacos. Macaco means like monkey in Portuguese or something. That's another one of the words I don't really know how to say in Spanish.
Quick, drop the bridge.
I'm dropping the bridge and I'm looking for help. Please leave me alone. Alright, Sig, get over here. Siggy McSiggy.
There's our first target.
I don't care. I don't care. Just shoot him. By the way, that's also called lazy level design. When you pan out like that, nobody likes that. And it's frowned upon in the industry in every single way. A game that does that a lot right now is actually the Assassin's Creed games. But if you haven't noticed, Assassin's Creed isn't doing so hot. Although, this year's Assassin's Creed is apparently the best Assassin's Creed that they've ever released. Like, sell-wise and review-wise.
There's the second scope.
I don't care. Don't pan out. Just shoot.
Cover me.
One thing I liked about playing this on PCSX2 is that I was able to trick the game by using cheat engine stuff. And I was able to get like free camera, which isn't a big deal now because of the debug menu, but you're able to get like unlimited like God mode type stuff and all this other nice happy stuff. It's just crazy. Like, Jak and Daxter's progressed so much over the last year, both in YouTube world, Speed World, or Speedrun world, and like the beta researcher stuff. It's just, there's been so many discoveries. It's been crazy over the last 2018 and 2017 for Jak. Like, if 2018 or 2019 is as crazy as this year, it's going to be quite wild.
Now that's what I call
Kind of stay on top of Jak stuff as much as possible. It's kind of weird because like everybody always asks me about Jak stuff, or when they start Jak stuff, they ask me about it for guidance. Like when it comes to just making YouTube videos of Jak, I understand it, but when it comes to like the other sides of Jak, it's kind of weird because like I don't speedrun anymore, so to say. I did in the past, but people still sometimes ask me how to get into it. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Ask the speedrunners, or at least the people who know what they're doing. Oh boy, that was bad, and now I gotta do this even longer. Oh my god, such lazy level design, such lazy level design. I could have done this level better than the people who actually made this, and that's saying a lot because I made a program that was supposed to have like worlds reflect each other, but all it ended up doing was creating that same world 50 times and crashing Unity. Come on, just shoot already. Sig, this is why we don't have Jak 4. This mission entirely is the 100% reason why we don't have. I don't care, Sig. You can't really hear the song, I don't think, because it's so low to begin with. But it always sounded like a Kingdom Hearts song after playing through Kingdom Hearts and now, you know, as an adult and whatever. I was thinking about playing through that as a series or something. I don't know. I might end up doing it. I might not. It just all depends. Then shoot. I don't care. Just shoot. I don't care. It shouldn't even spend any time panning out. Why? Why? Oh my god. Oh wow, and of course, he's gonna get hit by my gun when my gun can't hit anything else. And not even my punch. Oh my god, I hate this game so much. Stay away. I just want to end this mission. Just stay away, all of you. Don't come any closer. No way, Jose. Come on. That means bag. I don't know why I said that. I meant to say, like, I don't know. Ban. That means night. My ban means every night. I am so glad this mission is over. Okay, let's just get back to the city. Yeah, it looks like I never did play through this actually on PlayStation 4. I could have sworn I played through it at least once, at least doing a live stream or something. But apparently I did not. It's so wild sometimes when you look at your stuff, and you even shock at yourself. Okay, let me save real quick. I don't know how far I am into the game after that, actually. I think it's probably like 20%. Actually, it's 13%. I thought it would have been more. Okay, this game is actually not a game save itself. It says it's only played 14 minutes. I've actually played a lot longer, but I used the debug stuff, so it didn't count any further than that. But this game, we're 15 minutes in. And that is good. We are making very good project, yes, very good progress on gameplay for both the documentary and I guess a Let's Play series, if we decide to turn it into a Let's Play series. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know in the comments down below, and we will continue this as a Let's Play if you did not enjoy it. Also, let me know, so then we can, you know, just use the gameplay and not do this as a Let's Play. It's all up to you how this turns out. And with that being said, the first part to the documentary comes out very soon. Try not to die, and I will see. Oh my god, I bit my tongue twice, and then I hiccuped up. Let me restart this. If you've enjoyed this Let's Play, let me know in the comments down below. If you would like to see more of it, again, let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Try not to die, and I will see you in the next video. Homeo. Alright, see ya.